Got it. How was it getting your first, $1 million deal? Was it, a lot of people blow their first bag. Did you have any crazy spends?
Nah, it wasn't any space. I mean, I bought myself a nice car. I think I bought a BMW at the time, but it was a used one. I didn't buy it brand new. I mean, the thing with BMWs, they change the shape is changed only every 10 years, and then you see the shape of the BMW change. So you could have like an older BMW as long as you change like the lights and stuff like that, and put like the rims in, and you still look fly even though it might be a 5-year-old car, a 7-year-old car. You still look dope in it. So I think that's probably the biggest spend. And then I bought my home. I bought a home, and that would be the biggest spend I've done. But didn't splurge on anything really crazy.
Yeah. In 1994, you became a father. Shout out to Robb Banks.
Yes.
How was that? That's a pivotal moment in your life for sure.
It was dope because at that point, my life had a purpose. Because you weren't just living for yourself or making music for yourself anymore, or doing, things really got real at that time because my homie had moved into my house, and now you realize you're living not just for yourself, and he was a bundle of joy. He was really, a special kid because everybody was just happy he was around, and he's still, a very, good dude today. What I mean? And great kid to be around, great person to be around.
I was gonna ask, what is your relationship with him, and how was it seeing him enter the music?
Oh, we're good. We're good. I speak to him almost every day. I actually see him almost every day when we're not respectively touring. He's very dedicated to music, and what I really like about him is that he's a genuine music person. He's about the art of the music. He's not about the gimmick of it. I really like that. I mean, he doesn't engage into too much social media and too much of that madness. And even though he probably should, because that's the way music is going today. But he's having a hard time doing that because he's really about music. I don't think I could find somebody that does studio more than I did, and he does. It's constant with this guy. He's constantly in the studio, back to back, every single night, and just making music. I think he just recently dropped his Falcone album.
Yeah.
And I think the hardest part they've had about that album is choosing the songs to be on it, because I think they probably had to go through, I would imagine, maybe about close to 100 songs to choose from, because at the rate that he was making these music, and he has a great team and good clique around them, great set of producers, and they do their thing. It's nice to just watch them do their thing, and see their creative process.
Definitely. Just like growing up, was he always in the studio with you? Was he around the lifestyle? Did he see you perform on the road?
I mean, he'd see us go to the studio here and there, but he wasn't totally like involved in it or anything like that. Actually, I didn't know he was rapping till way afterwards when it was brought to my attention. And by that time he had already had a large following, because he was living in Broward at the time, and I was in New York, and I was always touring. I'd come in and see him back and forth, but they kept it really good from me. So I didn't know until after a while when it finally hit my radar. And at that time, he had already had a large following, and so clearly he was really good at what he does, and while he had that following.